Hey guys, this is Nightmare, bringing you a ZVZ game I just got done with. I had a lot of fun with this game, so I hope you guys do too. This game I do a 13 pool. I mess up my beginning, as you can see. I leave 8 drones for a little bit and then 9 drones. So I decide that I'm going to do a 13 pool. And I also send my overlord in the wrong way until I correct that. So in this game, he does an early rush. He does an 8 pool, 9 pool, and I barely see it. But I come just in time to defend it. My overlord gets there just in time. So right now I'm just fast forwarding a little bit till we get in some action. He's flying an overlord scout over me, seeing what I got. I put my pool all the way to the edge. I don't want him to see it. Starts his ling production. Now I'm floating my overlord in here, and I'm paying attention to my vision very, very well. So immediately, because his overlord's here, I automatically know that he's over here. So right over here, I start scouting, and immediately what do I see? I see 2 eggs. So I look at them, and as soon as I see them hatch, I see the zerglings. Also, I notice that he doesn't have a lot of drones. So I immediately put up a spine and start 4 zerglings of my own. Upon coming in here more, the pool is obviously hidden, and he keeps making lings. So now that he knows that I saw this, he knows that he can't really do much with it. So he immediately starts his queen and stops production of his lings. The only way early pool is really effective in ZVZ is if you catch your opponent off guard. Now I thought he was all in at me, so I stupidly made 2 spines because I thought he was going to bring his drones with him, which can be devastating. So I do waste 200 minerals and 2 drones, which isn't the smartest idea, but hey, at least I defend it. So right here we're just doing a little battle. I've successfully thwarted his rush, but we're dead equal. I'm not ahead in the least. I'm just learning the hotkeys. Okay, D is production, I is income. Sorry about not doing the scoreboard too. And the reason I'm doing fast ×2 right now is because I really feel in the beginning of the game, you know, there's not really much to do except give you an idea of builds. So he puts up an early expansion. He gets his up ahead of mine, and he starts macroing. So I'm in an interesting position here. I came from defending expansions. Now it's going to be a macro game. So I like to usually go roaches in my macro game. I'm not a ling player. I'm not a B-ling player. You know, I'm decent at shift clicking my lings on B-lings. You know, I try to attack the bang lings and then shift click two lings off of my control group. You know, by pressing shift and then left click, and that removes units from your control group. So I'll have 2 lings go into the bang ling and hit them, and it's just very hard and tedious micro. So ling and bangling, my bangling micro is very good, but I usually run into walls, or I usually run into them sacrificing queens or roaches for the wall. So I've basically concluded that banglings aren't that effective right now. They're very, very effective on 2-player maps. Don't get me wrong, but on 4-player maps, I feel that you just have more space, and it's just too far away to really put on the full pressure. So saying that I am a roach player though, and I do love microing roaches like it's my job. He puts up a bangling nest and a roach horn, which is interesting to me because I don't know why he would make a bangling nest if he's going roaches, but I don't know what he's doing right now. So I'm just macroing. Right now I'm above drones by 3. Now, one good thing you always want to do is you always want to float your overlord to the front of his ramp. Not close enough so that his queen can pick it up, but pretty close. Overlords are not that valuable. You can lose them and it doesn't really matter. As long as you're not losing, 10 per game. If you just lose 1 or 2, it's no big deal. So he's scouted me, which is very good because I could be going a very quick Mutalisk tech, and he doesn't know that. So he does manage to get in. He sees that I'm going roaches. He sees that I'm teching up my expansion. So I decided, what can I do that he hasn't seen yet? So I decided to put down 2 evolution chambers and go for that +1 attack, +1 armor. So right now he's just gathering units around his base. Kind of a standstill. Zerg's a very reactive race. You react to what your opponent's doing. So right now I'm just droning up still. About to take a 3rd expo, just getting my stuff together. Right now he's beating me by about 10 food, which isn't bad, but I like to at least stay pretty even, so I catch right up there with my production. One thing I do miss is my injects on this game. I don't inject as much as I should be, so I really start focusing on that at the end. He's floating all of his overlords to my side of the base, so I feel that he's going to rush. When he's got a really nice overlord spread going. This is how I should have spread mine. But I was more concentrated on my macro and what I should do this game. So I went for a quick infestation pitch, which can be very good or very bad. Now if he roached all in me right now, it would be very hard. But he didn't. He, I know that there's no roaches coming right now. I got my overlord positioned here. So I'm pretty confident. So I go for my pathogen glands first. Now fungal micro is very tricky. At first I never got it, but now I do. When you do fungal, you just want to hit it 1 at a time. You want to wait until your first infestor lands the fungal, then wait about 3 seconds to cast the second one. Fungals last for 3 seconds, so you want to always lock them in fungal. And I do a very good job of demonstrating how to use fungal in this game, as you'll see in a minute. So right now we're just messing up a little bit. I'm going to speed this up to +2 just to move on the tech a little bit, get into some battle, get into some exciting parts. So we're about tied right now. The game can go either way. The one up I do have over him right now is my upgrades, which will play a huge part in this game. You guys will see. So I don't like his queen. I don't like his overlords all over my shit. I'm like, basically, get the fuck out of here. I don't want him seeing what I'm doing. I don't want him seeing my units. I don't want him floating over me. So I'm punishing his overlords right now with this queen. Now another thing you can do, which is very helpful, is mix in about 4 queens with all your roaches, because queens at full energy can do 4 transfusions. So they can actually keep 4 different roaches alive. Transfusions are very, very OP for roaches. Now I get my first 3 infestors out, and I could have gone and probably crushed them right now, but instead I just go for some more overlord kills. Now, obviously you guys don't need to chase overlords like this, but I just felt like getting it, so. Yeah, I got it. So right now he's above in drone count by 10, but I'm matching him in army supply, which is all that matters to me. So he's massed out. He's outmassed me in food right now, but I'm moving into the middle of the map. I got 4 bases. I'm feeling very confident at this stage of the game. For some reason, I'm not scared at all of him right now. I think that's the best way to play, is confident. I always think you're in the lead. In CVZ, another very important role is to land your pathogen glands. Now I noticed his little force coming over here, so What I should have done is I should have had my infestors going over here and the roaches going over here, but I don't. I still get a few though. Or maybe I don't. Now right here's the most important part. He's maxed out, so he wants to do something. Now I know that those infestors, if he catches me at a weird angle, I'm done. So I pull back. I wait for him to come into my choke. I like fighting on my creep, so that I know exactly when to use my fungals. So he decides to come up here, which is a very stupid move because I'm ready for him. So I'm immediately ready in my position. I got my infestors on. Sorry, I got him on the thing. I got my infestors on number 2, and then my roaches on number 1. 49 roaches and 5 infestors. So, alright, ready to see my battle? Here's how it goes. Alright, now I get the first fungal off, which is very, very effective. Now I notice that he's putting a full-on commit to this attack. So I immediately get ready. His infestors are going to be in back, so I get another amazing fungal on. Now when you fungal about 12 units at a time, that is, you couldn't ask for better fungals. Now he's also fungaling me back, but stupidly he's not casting fungals on these two sides of my army right now, only the middle. So sure, he's going to get a little pack of roaches in the middle, but doesn't really matter. Now I've used my fungals so well here. As you can see, he's really, really falling apart. I start tossing in the eggs at the end. I really know that I have him here. So I've made a conclave. I'll show you guys again why I attacked at this angle. Now, as you can see, look at his line of attack right here. I usually draw the square boxes to demonstrate. So he has about this much. Now look at my birth of attack right here, which is absolutely insane. I have this much. So yeah, his little window of attack and my big window of attack is my enclave. Now also his upgrades are 1-1 and mine are 2-1. So I also have that extra 2 damage, which helps a lot. But he's not doing bad at all. He has successfully got back into the game by remaxing. He does have a really nice economy going. He's got mining a lot more minerals than I am, 22,000 to 1,400. But I'm keeping my harvesters at 54, or my drones at 54, because I know that I want a maxed out army. I don't want a maxed out army with 75 drones right now. I want those extra 25 food in roach or infester. So after that battle, I start massing up infester, because I know that these are infester and roach are really unbeatable. Even versus Mutalisk, you just fungal and throw down infested Terrans. Mutalisk have been really started to be outdated in ZVZ. Now I'm not saying they're not effective on 2-player maps, but on 4-player maps, you don't see them as much. So right now we're just dancing back and forth a little bit. You know, after that big battle, he's a little down right now, so he's getting back up. I should have finished the game now, but I like maxing out. I like playing with my bases a little bit. I like getting in that macro mode and not stopping. Get that hive going. You know, take that 4th base. Just practice your macro. Keep your money down. Keep your max up. Now another good thing to do when you're Zerg and when you're maxed, you want to bank about 3,000 minerals, because then you can remax your army really fast. You know, roaches cost 100 minerals, so 3,000 minerals is 30. And to be able to create that many roaches right away, right, to back up your entire army, that's how you end the game. So this army I know I can really throw away right now, and I can remax really fast. Now see what I'm also doing with this army? I'm spreading it. Now spreading it into this enclave is perfect, because as I said, his window of attack would be about here, and my window of attack would be, you know, boom. I can't even draw it. My window of attack would be this, which is huge. So I sort of make this enclave and just wait. Got my infestors patrolling, I'm moving my creep up. I'm feeling very confident in this game. So he's got another maxed out army. He's caught up to me in upgrades. But I'm still feeling very confident. So I move my infestors up a little bit. And I see the roaches and I get a really good fungal. But he gets 4 of my roaches at the same, or infestors at the same time, which isn't good. So I try to get those infestors to use and I get a really good fungal. I trap all 6 of his infestors right there. So I immediately take these back roaches right here, as you can see, and I immediately start focusing down these infestors. So now we have mass fungals going on right now. But as you can see, I have the enclave. He's got me surrounded down here, but I have him surrounded up here way more. So I know that I need to even the matchup, so I start throwing down infested terrans right now. And you'll see in a minute how effective those are while doing fungals on his army. My APM spikes to 500 when I'm doing my infested terrans. Wow, his APM's not bad for a well master. Now at this point I've pretty much ended the game. I go in for the kill. And I'll show you guys what else I do. He does hold me off here, but I do manage to do a lot of. Okay, so now he's holding me back, and I'm running for the win. So I've reconstructed my 200 food army. Now I decide I'm going to split my army up. I'm going to send half down here, and I'm going to take out both these bases in one sweep, because I don't want to play any longer. This guy's really pushing his luck with me. There's no coming back from a lost game, so I think when you lose, look at that swarm. Look at that swarm of units I have. Oh, I love it. Just 200 food of roaches popping out. Look at all that larva. So right away I go and I target his 3rd base. So now what do? I take these roaches and I slide them all the way in there. And I go and I take his 4th base down. At the same time, I do another big attack on his main. So ultimately, I have just shut him down. Now, multi-attacks like this are very effective with Zerg, very effective late game, especially when you have an advantage. Another way to do this is to drop in his main base. To drop while you're attacking another spot. Like drop back here with Overlords. Again guys, this is my Zerg. It's almost at high master level right now. Playing at low master, but definitely making big improvements. Alright, and the game is over, and I have won. Thanks again guys, and please tune in. This is Grimjaw, Nightmare,